purchase. I don't look like a powdered donut. I don't use her. Huda is on here again. Never gonna get on the PR list. The start of a new year, and there's no better time to reflect. In this video, I'm spilling the tea on all my worst purchases of 2024. The ones I wish I could take back. Learn from my mistakes so that you won't make the same ones. Let's get into it. So the first item on this list is NARS Afterglow Liquid Blush. So I purchased mine in Wanderlust Soft Lilac. How many of y'all remember this blush? This liquid blush was like so viral. I remember I purchased it for during the Sephora sale, the first one at the top of the year, because they always have two. They have one in April, and then they always have another one at the end of the year before like Christmas holiday and stuff. So I purchased it around that time. It came out, obviously it came out before then, but it was so like viral. Everybody was talking about how good it was. Then it was like the clean girl aesthetics, right? Honey, I do not physically have that blush on me, so I can't show it to you, but I did have it. I believe I created a video on it. If I do, I'll make sure that I tag it. I just remember that the blush was so sheer that there was really no way to work with it, at least when it comes to me. I tried it underneath makeup. When you do it that way, it disappears. I tried it on top of makeup. It is so freaking patchy, and then it's like if you put it on top of the foundation and then set it with powder, it disappeared. If you try to put it on top of powder, it became patchy. It was a whole hot mess. And don't get me wrong, I don't understand how the girls was doing it. Based on what I could see, the ones who was raving about it were the ones who got in PR. The ones who had like a partnership with them, those are the only ones that I really saw rave about it. Like once the hype was gone, I did not see anybody talk about it. Baby, I took that back ASAP. If you do want an alternative for the NARS blush, I would go with the Huda Beauty. It is an excellent alternative. You can use this underneath your makeup. You can use this on top of foundation, underneath foundation. I even apply powder and then apply whatever little bit left that's on my brush on top of like high cheek area, because it do give like a glossy type sheen look. I love that look. The two shades I have at the moment is Cotton Candy, and then I have Latte. The next item that I have on my worst purchase list of 2024 is Huda Beauty. I know. I just finished raving about their blushes, but this is a different item. This one is the Easy Bake Blurring Loose Setting Powder. So I have mine in pound cake. I did not return it. I purchased this as a set off of her site whenever she came out with the Easy Blur set, so I just got the whole thing. So I couldn't return it because I didn't want to return the other two items. I just don't like it. It's not a horrible setting powder, but if you are someone who have like dry to normal skin, when you apply it, after a while it makes your skin really dry. It makes my skin extremely dry. When I use this, there's so many extra steps that I have to take to make sure that by the end of the night, I don't look like a powdered donut. Now, if you have oily skin or you like the look of an extremely matte foundation, this will be really good. It do blur out. It looks beautiful on the skin, but for me, after a few hours, I look dry. So another alternative for the Huda Beauty setting powder is the Hourglass Translucent Veil. This is a good alternative if you want a matte finish, but you do not want it to be as dry. So the next item that's on the chopping block, Olay Henriksen, the Banana Bright and Vitamin C Under Eye Color Corrector. Now, I do not have that one. I don't believe I have it. I don't know where it is. I feel like I may have decluttered it, or it's somewhere around here and I just don't know where it's at anymore. The reason why it made it to this list, I don't know, I think I expected a little bit more out of it than what it was. So I got mine in Apricot, which is more of the orangey shade. That one is made for medium tan skin. At the time, they only had like light, medium, and deep. Light was a little bit too light for me, so I went ahead and went with the medium. Henriksen is like a skincare brand, and based on the way that it was advertised and what I thought, since it is a skincare brand and not necessarily a makeup or a cosmetic item, I thought that for the days that I have like the no makeup looks, or the days that I don't want to put on makeup but I may have like a little bit of discoloration under my eyes, I thought that I could just use that and just, it was like a one and done. No, honey. No. I'm not gonna say it's extremely orange, but it's orange. Like if you were to put that under your eyes and just leave it, it's gonna look like you got orange color corrector under your eyes. I did not like that. I didn't like it because I felt like if I wanted like a makeup color corrector, I would have just went full blown and got a makeup color corrector. With this one, I don't have a reference. So you guys let me know down below in the comment section if you recommend me something, girl. Shoot, help me out. Look, I be helping y'all out all the time. Help me out. Maybe you guys know something. Maybe you know of an under eye color corrector that's very minimal, that still do coverage but still look natural. You know what? The only thing that I can think of that I have been using for like my no makeup looks for under eye concealer is the YSL Radiant Touch. This is what it looked like. I have two of them. I have shade 3 and 2. I have shade 3 and 2.5. Depending on the shade that you get, it do have some color corrector within the concealer. I feel like the 3 is the best shade for me when it comes to color correcting under the eye. And what I like to do, since 3 is very much so like close to my skin tone, I like to take the 2.5, which is a little bit lighter, and I use the 2.5 to brighten up in the inner corner of my under eye, just so that it can give like a little bit of extra like brightness. I would say that would probably be my best recommendation when it comes to that. It is a makeup, it's not like a skincare product. That's the only thing. Huda is on here again. Girl, I'm sorry. She gonna be like, you never gonna get on the PR list. But girl, I'm sorry. And honestly, I'm not the only one who's saying this and feel this way, but it's so true. So Huda Beauty, the Fox Filler Shiny Non-Sticky Lip Gloss. So I got mine in honey, which is the light peachy nude. This is what she looked like. Now the color is pretty. It's very beautiful. And I do use it occasionally. But the reason why it's on my list, there's a couple reasons. One, you know how like some lip glosses, when you apply it, it's so thick that it kind of gives you a ring on the inside of your mouth. And then when you talk, it strings. You know, it starts to connect and have like that stringy effect in your mouth. I noticed that with this. And I thought maybe it was because I applied too much, because I was trying out different lip glosses for that video. So I'm like, maybe it was the mixing of different lip glosses, even though I thought that I wiped them away in between, applications. I'm like, maybe it was something with that. Maybe it's the formula, maybe it's some residue or whatever. Tried it again. Another thing that I noticed is that there's a bit of color separation. It didn't really bother me too much because with this lip gloss, I usually apply a lip liner so you don't really see it. But if you apply it without a lip liner, or if you're just trying to use this as the color, there is a bit of separation. Like the color kind of separate in between the lines of your lips. But like I said, like that I can kind of work with as long as I line my lips. However, that stringy effect, oh my god, I can't do it. I can't do it. So an alternative for this lip gloss is a oldie but a goodie. The Buxom Plumping Lip Cream. This is a good alternative. Now it is a plumping lip gloss, but it's not like a stinging plumping or plumper. It's not a stinging plumper. Let me show you the glosses side by side so that you can get a reference. Obviously the color is not the same, but it do kind of give you that same feel. So when you look at it and you look at the consistency, it's very much similar. It's very creamy, but then it also has like this sheer effect to it. All right, let me just go ahead and bite the bullet and get it out there. Danessa Myricks Beauty Groundwork Blooming Romance Palette. Now I still have her. I've used her maybe a couple of times, as you could tell. The only reason why this made it to the list is because I don't use her. There's nothing wrong with the formula. The formula is beautiful. The formula is great. I just don't use her. Don't make the same mistake that I did. Don't just be buying stuff just to be buying it. Like, honestly, I really thought that I was going to be using it because I use the Groundwork, the original one. I use it down. If you look at it, it looks a mess. It looks disgusting. It looks filthy in here because I use this palette. I use it for my eyeshadows. I use it for my brows. I use it for lip liners. I use it for everything. But when it comes to the pink one, the Blooming, girl, barely touch. Now, when it comes to another item, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it, but it made it to the list because I don't use it. FOREO Bare Smart Microcurrent Facial Toning Device. Now, that's a big purchase. This is not a small buy. Now, I didn't spend full price on it, but it still wasn't cheap when I got it. Twice a year, Ulta has a sale where select items, they put 50% off for the day. And that's when I got this. I was like, oh, you know, this would be nice. I'm getting older. Maybe I could use this to help pull and chisel my jawline. Like, there's something wrong with my jawline. Honest, like, since I spent the money on it, I really do need to use it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I'm sure that it do all of the amazing things that it say that it do. I don't know. And I wouldn't know until I actually use it. That is my issue when it comes to this item. I just have to use it. And if you don't want to have buyer's remorse in 2025, go ahead and check out this video. I promise you, your wallet is going to thank you. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please do subscribe. Thank you all for watching, and remember, you're made for more. See you next time.